Hello everyone, this is Mrs. Long, and with this video we are beginning the post-Unit 5 Catch-Up and Acuity week. And I'll explain what that means in just a few minutes, but I first want to say that I hope you had a fabulous long weekend with the ups and the downs of the Colorado weather, and with Valentine's Day thrown in, and oh yeah, we got to celebrate a few presidents too. I think that the break was timely. I know I enjoyed a weekend with, again, ups and downs and weather and sick kids and a few things, but also got to take my son, who just turned 10, to Casa Bonita. And if you're from Denver, and you've probably at some point in your life been to Casa Bonita, and you know that it's a place that is entertaining for kids and it's fun for adults too. At any rate, I hope you guys had a great weekend, did something fun. I noticed quite a bit less activity on Schoology this weekend, so that tells me that you were in fact enjoying the break. So I hope you're coming back to this week refreshed and ready to go. So this week is basically for Catch-Up and Acuity. And it kind of started because I was thinking, well, okay, got to carve out 2.5 hours for students to take Acuity. And what's that going to look like to start another unit? And then I realized, wait a minute, a lot of people are behind anyway, so let's just take a week to catch up and devote that for Catch-Up and Acuity. So you really have two tasks this week. Catch up on where you're at in English and take Acuity. And now, if you are not a sophomore, you don't necessarily have to take Acuity. So I'll explain about that in just a minute. So anyway, this is where we start. We're going to do 2 assignments this week. We're going to have a catch-up plan. It's going to be a short assignment where I want you to organize your week. And then the second assignment is Acuity itself. Other than that, your assignment is to go back and do all the other assignments that you haven't done yet. So here's where we will start. I want you to come up with a plan. You may be missing 1 assignment, you may be missing 10 assignments, but this is your chance to get caught up and get on a really solid ground before we head into the rest of the semester. So there is a survey here, and you're going to either click on the link here or go with what's embedded. It's a survey where I'm going to ask you about your present grade and what grade you want to have by the end of the week. Calculate how many assignments you're missing, and divide that number by 4, because we have 4 days this week. And then that tells you how many assignments you need to complete each week. And you'll enter what your goals are for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And then think about the obstacles you'll have. I want you to keep a track of this plan that you're making for yourself and write that down somewhere. And think about obstacles, and then just imagine Friday afternoon comes and you've actually caught up. How do you feel? Or can you think of a way to motivate yourself? You know, when I get this done, I'm going to go to a movie with my friend. So something like that. Any other information you need to share, you can add in. Now, to do that, you're going to want to look at the grades that you currently have. So I've just pulled up this for a test student, and you're going to go through your grades and find zeros. How many zeros do you have, or how many missing assignments do you have? That's what you're going to be looking at this week. And that's what you're going to be entering into your plan that you're going to come up with this catch-up week plan. So take a look at your grades, find out what you're missing, and divide that by the number of days, and then catch up on that. So that's kind of where you're heading on the catch-up. Just submitting it is fine. I will transfer the score over manually. I will receive a file that looks like this. It'll have all of your responses listed here and your plans. You will need a copy of this too. So before you hit submit, write down what you're planning to do. From there, your second assignment is to do Acuity. If you are a 10th grader in Jefferson County, then you need to complete this test, and it is your last one actually in your high school career. You will take the Parks test, and then you'll be looking at Parks later, but I believe this is the last Acuity. I think it only goes through 10th grade. So if you are a credit recovery student, or if you are a Southwest Colorado eSchool student, you do not need to take this test. Your grade is not going to be affected. But if you are a sophomore who needs to take this, then you will receive 30 points for taking it, or an appropriate score based on what you've completed. If you're not sure whether or not you need to take it, then go back to those grades. And if you see a green exemption bubble, that means that you do not need to take it. No problem there. If you see a note in here that says, please complete this, then you need to take this. And in some cases where students are secondary with Jeffco Virtual, I would have said something like, please complete this if you didn't already do it at Evergreen High School. So check the comment there to find out if you need to complete it. And then to take the test, you're going to log on to this site here and enter the username that is your student number plus JPS and your 8-digit birthday, unless you've changed it. And you're going to complete the Common Core High School Diagnostic ELA B3 test. There's session 1 and session 2, and it should take you approximately 2.5 hours. So you want to make sure that you begin that at a time when you've got some peace and quiet, when you're able to focus for a little bit. When you get to the screen, it's going to look a little bit like this. You're going to enter again JPS plus your student number, and then your 8-digit date of birth as your password. So that's basically it. And then you'll get to the end of the session, and next week, the following session, we will begin a new unit on persuasion. So that's kind of where we're going. Be in touch with any questions and make this a really good week. Have a good one.